He goes by many names, the founder of the Assassin's Guild, the strongest knightless alive, the ideal dandy. Scottish, but we all know him by one badass name, Slayer. No, seriously, the only character with a name as cool is Happy Chaos. Well, back on topic, finally making his re-entry into the series, again, Slayer has had a few changes, both in gameplay and in his design. Except for Sharon, she's perfect. In terms of design, I've heard people mention that his cross motif is gone, but that's just not true, as evident in his buttons and his One Piece Admiral cloak. He also traded in his anime buckles for a gold pin and a matching pocket watch, both with chains trailing, well, except for the actual belt. His stash is shorter and he got new hair gel. It's a lot more flowy now. Oh, and his shoes are gonna go with ABBA on the A tier. Not really flashy, but it just completes the dandy fit. His VAs, both English and Japanese, are the same ones from Exert. The only new one being Korean, and as always, they all sound fantastic, especially the English one, cause you know.
What's the matter?
And his theme, of course, is crazy good. I mean, are you hearing this? The real sauce is in the brass. You can't have a Slayer theme without it. But in all the similarities and callbacks, the thing that ups and downs his Strife theme has that the other ones don't is, you guessed it, lyrics. Which, granted, is the same for everyone, except Raven for some reason. But unlike some others, it adds a layer of catchiness to the jazz ensemble vibes. It's so good I've been learning the lyrics. Singing it is very fun, just like his gameplay.
Dandy.
His normals are kinda cracked, with 2H being a low crushing low with a disjoint, close slash being a god anti-air, far slash being so plus he can link it into another close slash, 2S vacuums, 6K has a feint option, 6H is a freaking fly swatter, and great combo too, and 2D is an advancing low, and all his normals are pretty strong. Except for this one, we don't talk about this one. But as compensation for crippling my boy, he has Gatlings like everyone else. Strive Gatlings, but hey, I'll take it. His specials are a pretty full kit too. He's got Map a Hunch, with the P version leaving you standing on hit and safe on block, and the K version knocking you down on hit but can be thrown on block if you're too close. Oh, it also goes farther than the P version. It's nearly full screen if you carry it, but I'll get to that later. He's got two versions of Dandy Step, the command movements. The P version goes forward immediately and can cross you up, and the K version does a little bit of a sway backwards before moving forward, and can lead to some sick whiff punishes. But the meat and potatoes of Dandy Step are the follow-ups. 4 to be exact. The overhead, the low, the pressure reset, and the one-way ticket to see God. Let's start with the latter actually. Pile Bunker. You know what a Pile Bunker is? This shit. Yeah, the damage makes a lot more sense now. But of course it comes with a price, because despite it guard crushing, it's minus as hell. So it's used mainly for combos and not YOLO who am I kidding? Round style Pile Bunker, go counter! This moves make Slayer feel like he's constantly in danger time. And in addition to this, you can cross up with it if you use the P Dandy Step close enough. And despite it wall sticking it in a single hit in the corner, they still managed to find Pile Bunker loops in Strive on day 1. The overhead follow-up kind of works hand in hand with the low one, where it gives you a 4-way mix, but just like 6H, heck, even more so, it's a glorious fly swatter. Any jumping or air dashing shenanigans are bonked into oblivion. And lastly, amongst the Dandy Step follow-ups is Master's Hammer, the insanely plus and block reset that can cross up in 2 different ways. Seriously, why are they giving this monster so much max? But despite the attack starting in the air, the hitbox only appears on landing. So if you're abusing this, you're begging to get air thrown. And all of this paired with the ability to choose how you move depending on the Dandy Step used, gives him multiple options to open people up. That or he could just swing until they crack. And if you think that's insane, he has a command grab too. Yay, mix and strike throw. And not only does this heal him, but it gives him a crazy buff, the Universe State. This gives him a forced counter hit on any attack after the grab. The opponent was never in counter hit state, but with Universe ready, they are forced to be in a heavy counter hit state, meaning in the 360 frames following a bite, Slayer's opponent is effectively Chip Zadok. He can also combo into it from the first hit of his Far Slash, and this buff doesn't go away on block. Only when Slayer gets hit, hits you, or the full 6 seconds elapse. So you have to survive a one-way danger time for that long, or just YOLO it and try to hit him when it's his turn. And lastly, Hand of Doom, the special move that's effectively Arc System Works' apology for removing invul BDC specials. It's a minus unblock special that can be performed doing a backdash, and can combo into a meterless 5k 2D mappa. Only on counter hit though. The invul duration depends on how late you activate the move during his backdash, but it overall kinda sucks as a reliable reversal though. The wall bounce does really make it good for corner combos though, and it also lets you Kara cancel into Super Mappa Punch. Speaking of Mappa, Super Mappa Punch, Slayer's main overdrive. It's Mappa Hunch, but full screen and 9 lightning speed. If you're full screen and doing anything besides blocking, you will get hit. And it also joins Soul's Volcanic Viper and Sin's Tyrant Rave in the list of moves that have a clean hit sweet spot. And it's about outside round start or tip of 2H range. When you get it, it hits twice, does more damage, and yeets you across the screen. So much so that it can wall break further than the normal one. And last but not least, Last Horizon, or as we like to call it, Raging Danner. This super yearns for the blood of your enemies. Literally, he sucks you, turns young, and then punches you so hard, you Looney Tunes around the screen, losing 70% of your health in the process. If you're Nago. On chip, you're dead below 86%. And it one-shot 0 mana Asuka. Because of how crazy the damage of this super is, it joins Faust's what could this be as one of the only supers in Strive that use 100% tension. And of course, Last Horizon has to have some sort of really hard input to perform. Anyway, remember that Kara I was talking about before and how Arc Sys removed the backdash cancel specials?
I lied.
Kinda. So you can still do it, but instead of a BDC, it's only an FDC, forward dash cancel. And you don't have the invul on startup like before. For those still wondering what I'm talking about, Slayer in all games has been able to cancel his dashes into a jump, transferring the invul frames from the dash into the jump, in addition to more momentum. But the pre-jump frames can also be cancelled further again into specials, transferring the invul from the dash into the special. Make sense? Nice. So TLDR, it goes dash, jump, special. But in Strive, this is only possible with forward dash, and you get only momentum, no invul. Which makes sense, because this game has a dash macro, because normal BDCs would make Slayer top 1, and I'm not even kidding. And speaking of his dash, it's a teleport masquerading as a step dash that can pass through the opponents and all obstacles, further adding to his arsenal of mix. All in all, Monkey doesn't even begin to describe this character. He's basically Abba's jealous rage constantly, but with less movement. And man, what a way to end a season. I have thoughts of what season 4 would be like, but I'm gonna leave that for another video. And you guys killed the like goal for the Abba gimmicks video, so I'm gonna have to start working on a part 2 somehow. And I'm thinking of streaming here on YouTube, but I'm still trying to set up everything, both audio, overlays, memberships, the whole shebang. And hey, if you do see me live, come say hi. Anyway, that's it. See ya.
Faster and faster, dude. It's like